Welcome to the Enlifement space. A place to renew and transform your moments. Maran Shai Tenom Kariyaha Sarim Nenam Sachan Nom Kishta Rochu Nam Se Nashatio Kamlan Elam Kian Uma Sachienaba Isha Kriyanam Ilaman Tianakto Usho Nam Sharian Kaisha Dem Nora Kandan Shadin Enna Dianoso Ala Kanyan Takioso Vata Enna Shai Devenom Karivesh Sakra Ekrana Klasa Kienakla Saklo Shianto Eram Tekan Shanito Manta Kirachula Venshia Eksho Lakyadish Davart Evish Naktu Rashabi Nam Vushava Kai Nem Sachati Komla Vid Sho. It seems that life is always opportunities, offering events and moments, opportunities. And one can resist them and begrudge them and feel angry about them. Or a different track is to feel joy. Having joy for this opportunity, being joyous to see these events that are taking place. More or less is like a jigsaw puzzle, and we connect the events to get a bigger picture. So understanding that life is always in this process of becoming, evolving, expanding, and moving in a way of transcendence. But careful not to become bogged down with these events. Because the intellect says, oh my, now what? Now what have they done? What are they doing? What's happening? And so, if we look at things as a script of life, and all of these events line up, moving in a direction, and with the right attitude, with the right frame of mind, we see they're accelerating and moving us into a greater space of possibility. And these days, there are so many events to observe. So much that the intellect says, oh my, now what? Now what have they done? Coming into the realization that out there, the world at large, the consensus reality world of conditions, beliefs, and concepts, have little knowledge of what they're doing. They are more like robots acting out scripts, lines, programs. So many humans are programmed. And the programming is constantly being reinforced. One sees the news and says, oh my, now look at that, look what's happened. I knew that was going to happen. What if we would begin to say, I don't know what's going to happen. Keep an open mind. A blank script of possibilities. Allowing the events themselves to unfold and connect. We become a great dot connector, connecting one point to another point to another point in this consciousness. And that way one begins to discern that each event is time-bound in its moment and may or may not have anything to do with the next moment. It is the intellect that connects things and creates that connection of, oh, this is going to happen because that happened. And in actuality, we don't know that. If the mass says this is taking place, then people believe that, and that belief energy creates that event. I know that we say, well, what are we compared to the mass? The thing, the secret of our existence is that we have an insight from the very core of our being and consciousness itself, an insight to other things, other possibilities. And you'll find yourself very often saying, only if you say so. Only if you say so. When around us, the consensus reality said, oh my, look what's happening now. This is going to get worse and worse and worse. And that kind of prophecy is self-fulfilling when people believe it. But you know that if one person holds their ground in the consciousness itself and constantly says, only if you say so, only if you believe that, what kind of difference could happen? I've seen it over and over. I've seen this power of holding the space in a higher possibility, and it materializes, it takes place. I'm not adamant about it. It's very fluid and open and allowing, because the worst thing we can do is not allow. But if one is wholeheartedly allowing events and embracing them and holding in a higher perspective the consciousness itself, a better outcome, a more fulfilling possibility. You see, that's our power as consciousness. We can hold a space of possibility, and the unconscious beings around us will pick up on it. I know the consensus reality is loud, the fear is loud, very controlling. The consciousness itself, that which you are at the core of your being from this place of knowing, is far more powerful. Not controlling, just powerful. Powerful in a way that it holds a vision of a higher outcome, a better connection. In your heart, you say, yes, this could happen this way. And many times, that's the way it goes. Because these events really are not set in stone. All events are looking for a way of better expression. It's like we say, bad person. Are they bad? Or are they just looking for their true self? Are they looking for a better way to be? But in the meantime, they act out the badness, the anger, the fear, because they know nothing else. In consciousness, we know something else. And that something else is always uplifting and transcending and higher perspectives and possibilities. So you see, we wield a great power in this world, even though we are but a few. We wield a great power in this world, holding a higher space, a clarity, a greater possibility for outcome. And so we begin to recognize there's no evil. There's only the limitations of beliefs and concepts that hold people in a lower expression. And in consciousness, we rise above those expressions. And we see ourselves in a place of holding the light, the consciousness, the possibilities. Not through force, but through allowing. Allowing is the secret of the consciousness. Allowing. And I know it's very hard at times to allow. We don't like what we see. We're fearful of what might happen. But if we can bring ourselves to allowing in this pure state of consciousness, it's a very powerful transformer. And you become the facilitator of transformation your very self. Being surprised about, oh, I was just holding that was possible. How about that? So you see, we use our awareness and our allowing to uplift the world around us, to assist others in finding a better way in themselves of being. That is what we do. And we do that very well, very happily, very consciously. Not controlling, but allowing. You allow a person's highest good to manifest. Not through force, but through allowing. So I suppose we could say the secret to transformation is allowing, moment by moment, the isness that is taking place. Allowing. So we wake up in the morning in a state of allowing. A new day, new possibilities, new experiences. Every moment, allowing new things to take place. I allow that you have heard and embrace this knowing within yourself. Thank you for listening.
Shantara says, thanks, Ishvara.
You're welcome, Shantara.
And Anna and Slava say, thank you, Ishvara.
You're welcome.
Hmm. And Todd says, thank you from 30,000 feet.
He's watching. He's in the air. Well, thank you for being with us today. And thank you for your love and support and allowing.